Actually, your first convention. Yep. Awesome. Cool. We're going to give you some tips on how to actually enjoy your con and not completely stress out about it. And hopefully, what you take from here will help you during this convention as well as any you go to in the future. To start off with, make sure at any panel or event you go to, you silence your cell phones, put them on vibrate, put them on silent, whatever, as long as people can't hear it around you. If you disrupt a panel, the panelists can kick you out. You don't want that. Plus, it's not polite to the people who are attending the panel with you. And it is important to remember that you're not here alone. There are somewhere around 10,000 other people here as well. And they have as much right to have fun as you do. So this isn't all just about you. Although this is about you, this isn't all about you. If you come late to a panel, make sure you take a seat in the back so you don't, again, disrupt the panel. And you should learn the code of conduct, which should be in your con book. I haven't actually had a chance to look at this thing yet, because I've been busy. It's this thing here. I've been busy because I'm on staff, so I suppose I should introduce myself. I am Mr. Wolf. I'm on VIP Relations crew, and I'm the panelist, head panelist for this panel. And with me is?
Michael. You can call me Blaze, or Crazy, which I think everyone knows me by. So, yeah, call me Crazy. Or Cray-Cray.
All right, one of the things that will ruin your con the quickest is by breaking the rules, and as my illustration says, don't break the rules. It isn't just the rule of the convention. Some people seem to take into account of, I'm hanging out with a bunch of fans, it's all cool, it's all good. That doesn't mean that there aren't any laws anymore. The laws of the state of Maryland still exist, the federal laws still exist, and the rules within the convention and the convention center also apply. So don't break any of those. If you have questions what the con rules are, again, it should be in the handbook you got with your registration.
It's on the back of your ID.
Mine doesn't have that.
That's why I'm here.
All right, and on the same lines as everyone else should have fun too, don't be a jerk. That's the biggest overall covers everything rule, is just don't be a jerk. If anything you're doing, you can think in the back of your head, hey, this kind of is jerk-like behavior, stop.
Pretty much if you don't do it at home, don't do it here. Well, there's more, yeah, but you don't do in public.
And you should listen to staff. If they give you direction and you don't like the direction they're giving you, tell you to do something or not to do something, follow the directions first so you can make a complaint later. It's better to sort of say, okay, I'll take care of that, I'll do that, and then afterward find their supervisor, because if someone on staff is causing an issue, their supervisor is going to want to know about it so they can correct the problem. There are a bunch of different types of staff. There's convention staff, there's volunteers, there's hotel and convention center staff, and there are also members of law enforcement here that are both in uniform and out. So you may run into them at some point. Just be aware that they're out there. Some questions you may have, one kind of staff can answer and another one may not be able to, but generally will point you the right direction. And if you do need help, ask. Don't just wander around aimlessly going, oh, I can't find my stuff, I've lost my bag somewhere, I'll just keep looking for it. Let a staff member know, or you can go to the information desks and they should be located on the map that you got with your convention bag. Another important point is to ask permission. This is to take pictures of people, to touch, to hug, to whatever. Ask permission first. If somebody is harassing you and they're taking pictures and you ask them not to and they continue, let a member of security know, or really any staff member in the area, and we can get them talked to. Because no one should be felt harassed when they're at the con. This is supposed to be fun. And in that line, don't glomp. If you don't know what glomping is, it is essentially a tackle hug. These happen at conventions all across the world, not just the US. Usually it's the happy screaming fangirl who finds some voice actor or some artist that they absolutely love and, oh my God, they're the best thing ever, and I just need to go over there and give them a huge hug. Don't do that. Even if it's somebody that you know and you don't necessarily have permission from beforehand, make sure that it's okay with them first. And again, don't do the full run and jump glomp, because the people that get injured are usually the ones caught in the crossfire. So my good buddy over there, I'm gonna go give him a hug. Oh, this is great. And somebody walks between us, and it's like a freight train. It doesn't end well.
Speaking of that, make sure you respect people's personal space. There are 10,000 people at this convention. It's well advised that more people are coming in as we speak. There's a lot of people still stuck down at registration. It's going to get really crowded. So just be aware of that, and don't just go randomly hugging people. I know this is a very hugging community, but make sure you at least know them first. Although Nash at EFN, he's fair game. I'm a very evil person.
The biggest thing to remember is that if you do the whole glomp thing and someone becomes injured, that's technically assault. So you don't want to get in trouble for that. That's the biggest thing, is we don't want anybody getting hurt, because that ruins the convention for all of us, really. Come up close first so nobody gets between you and them, and then if the sign's there, then go for it. But also, excellent. Don't block hallways or doors or really any entry or exit point.
It's a fire hazard.
It isn't just like Pinkie Pie's demonstrating here going, I'm going to hang on here, but you may meet friends as you're leaving a panel or getting into one or an event. And hey, it's great. I haven't seen you since last con. I haven't seen you since whenever, or I just met you online. And you want to talk with them for a minute. Move aside, please. Don't block the hallways or the doors or anything.
The same goes for the stairwells all around here. Make sure if you're on the stairwell that you are moving through it, because there's a huge flow of traffic that's going to be going through. So just be aware, all stairwells, just make sure you get to your level, and that's when you visit. The security guys will guide you, if you're getting autographs or whatever, but they'll try and space you between the doors. So just be aware of that.
And the same thing goes when you're taking pictures. Once you've got permission to take that picture, so you just walk up to somebody and say, hey, awesome cosplay, or voice actor or whatever, hey, can I get your picture? And with the voice actors, it's in the VIPs, it's really up to them at this point. I'm not aware of any scheduled time for that. So that will probably take place at the same time as the signings, and this should be in your big fold-out thing when those signing sessions are. And you can get a picture with them at that point. But if you're taking pictures of somebody just in the hallway, try and move out of the way, because generally people are polite, and they'll stop and wait for you to take your picture with whoever this person is. And someone will stop behind them, and someone will stop behind them, and now you've got a big backlog. So we just want to make sure that nobody's blocking anything off. And do respect the artists, dealers, and VIPs. If somebody's in the dealer's room and you see they've got their table and awesome, they got stuff I want, but I'm not sure if I want to buy this thing or that thing, don't block the tables. Because if you're chatting with a person or you're just browsing for a half hour, they've got potential sales that are just walking by. Silent cell phones. And don't haggle with artists. If an artist says something, a commission is going to cost you a certain amount, don't argue the price. That's how much they get paid. That's their job. You're basically saying that they're not worth that hourly wage. So that's not cool. As I mentioned, the VIP signatures are scheduled when they're going to be. I don't know if anyone has taken a look at the map to see where the signatures room is.
The signatures room, if you haven't looked yet, it'll be at the very end of this hall. It's the very far end.
All right, and as I said, that's probably the same place where if you want to get a picture, you can ask the VIP then, and they'll probably give you one. Remember, your behavior reflects on other people, not just at the convention, but for the convention as a whole. And if you cause a scene or cause some sort of an issue, it may disrupt our business with the convention center, with the hotel, with the area businesses. So just have fun, but be cool, okay? If there are any problems, please report them to staff. So if you find something's broken, if something is spilled somewhere, something needs somebody's attention, let a staff member know and we'll take care of that. Health and safety. Avoid Con Crud. If you've never heard this term before, Con Crud is what happens when a lot of people from all over the place come into one small location and are mingling. Somebody comes from, let's say, France. They'll bring their whatever French disease or whatever stuff they have with them. Somebody from Germany, the same thing. Somebody from Baltimore has got their own. Somebody from California. You may be used to what you have from your area. They're not used to what you have. So there's some cross-contamination here. And the best way to avoid getting this congealing plague, sort of a disease thing that you can get, is to follow the 6-2-1 rule. It's also known as the rule of 9. And that's because, we'll skip that for a second. Rule of 9. So it's 6 hours of sleep, 2 good meals, not just snacks, although if you bring snack things with you, like granola bars or little bags of chips or whatever, that's good too. Just make sure you also get 2 good meals each day, and then 1 shower. These are things that have been proven from other people within the fandom and within other fandoms that this will help keep you at least healthy enough to avoid the con plague, which you want to do.
Like PAX's H1 Nerd one.
Yes.
That was very fun.
Yes. And I went by it already, but do stay hydrated. You want to have, I have a list actually, says how much. You're supposed to be drinking 2 to 3 liters of water per day.
It's a lot more than that if you really want to keep hydrated.
Yeah.
And when you're running around here, it's going to get hot. Another thing, with that being said, make sure you bring deodorant. If you didn't, go buy some, please. It's going to save everyone a lot of trouble.
Zombie, yeah. That's what's known as con funk, as the general smell of fans. A large collection of
We are
one place.
bronies. We are better than this.
Yeah. And drink responsibly. That doesn't just apply to alcohol, for those of you who aren't old enough that don't drink alcohol at all, but also applies to caffeine. People will try and survive off of just Red Bull and like ramen the entire weekend. That doesn't work. You can actually have some serious conditions by drinking too much caffeine, as is listed up there.
Again, when it says 2 meals, it means 2 good meals, not just like soup or something.
Cup of ramen or 5. No, actual
Not
meals.
microwaved food.
There are plenty of places around that you can go to. There's a Subway, there's a Jimmy
There's
John's.
Quiznos, there's the Kona Grill. There's a lot of actual cheaper restaurants too. If
Yeah, you don't have to buy the stuff from the con center. It's kind of expensive.
Kind of.
Really. I'm trying to be nice. No important places inside the convention. As I mentioned, this wonderful infographic thing they gave you has a map on it. Tells you where everything is, and I think it should show where the first aid station is too. Security. Well, I don't see it, but there's a spot that says medic station. That's down the hall near where security is. Infirmary, right. So if you have any medical issues, minor medical issues, then let them know. If you have a major medical issue, let the nearest staff person know. If you're like having a heart attack or something, don't be like, oh, look under the, no, let a staff member know immediately. Minor stuff with things like avoid blisters. You can be walking a lot.
Quick question, how do we differentiate staff members?
Okay, Viper, which will be VIP Relations, they are going to be wearing these polos. Now, security just has, I think it's a regular t-shirt, and it has like a giant security thing on the back. It just says security. So I don't know, are they wearing neon colored shirts, or what's the color of their shirt? Do you remember?
I don't remember. I just saw them, I just spoke with a bunch of them, and now I don't even know.
Yeah, I think they have a separating shirt versus like the AV and all the other staff. So.
Fairly certain the staff badges are all different colors too. VIP Relations is green, so.
And that being said, in case of an emergency or like 911 or something, there are the fire out exits that, like any other emergency, it's the same protocol. If someone's having a heart attack or a stroke, you can notify security, make sure your friend's calling 911 or something if that does happen.
And if an evacuation, don't use the skyway, go right down to the street. Don't use the skywalk. Important places. Oh yeah, find the stairs. You should know where they are, escalators and such, because the elevators are likely going to be overly used and abused. This goes to your hotel as well. You may want to know where the stairs are there if you're in one of the sort of connecting hotels, because it's a lot of people in a long line. Keep your con badge with you and visible when you're walking around during the convention. people will stop you and want to look at it to make sure that you actually have paid for your registration when you go into the convention rooms. When you leave the convention and go outside to go eat or whatever, then you can take your badge off and put it in a pocket. But so there should be a list somewhere that says what places give discounts for showing your badge. I think it's in the book. Again, I haven't had a chance to look. It shows how prepared I am. And then that's all that stuff. Extra points. Stuff that's too late at this point. Don't overcrowd your hotel room.
Too late.
Yeah, if you don't, you should try and have some sort of shower shoes or something, because your hotel shower is public for whoever you're sharing the room with. And if they have some sort of foot condition, congratulations, now you do too. Plan your day. If you have an event you want to go to, look it on the big list of when things are going on and circle it so that you don't find yourself wanting to go to two places at the same time. If you can pull that off, great. Most of us can't. Label your property. That includes things like if you have a sketchbook or something with you, just write your name on it. So if it becomes lost and it goes lost and found, we can get it back to you.
Speaking of like a lost and found story, if you guys know the musician Hey Lost Foss, he still has my watch from Everfree Northwest. I still need to get in contact with him about that, but we've been talking about that. He needs to mail it to me at some point.
You'd be amazed at the stuff that shows up at Lost and Found for conventions. We're talking like cell phones, iPods, iPhones, laptops.
And if I actually have not found where the lost and found is it down by registration?
Ask information desk. There's an information desk located just outside. I should be over there if I'm looking at the map right. Yes, it's an information desk. They know where everything is. They know where the lost and found is. I think that's where it is. Either there or it's at ConOps.
Another thing, they are handing these out downstairs. If you don't know what this is, I want to say it's for autism.
It was brought on by Autism Awareness. It's a large
Anyways,
group.
If someone has a red pass and you don't know them, don't bug them. If it's yellow or green, you can go on up to them. Just be aware of what it means, and don't wear it if it's not a problem to you, because it's completely disrespectful to everyone else.
The yellow is actually, if you don't know the person and they're wearing yellow, don't bother them. The yellow means only people who I know, I'm comfortable talking with. If it's red, it means I don't talk to anybody. That is also in your con book. It mentions that. Save money, shop around. When you go to the dealer's room and you find something really awesome that you want to get, don't buy it right away unless it's in a limited run, because prices get a lot cheaper come Sunday when the vendors want to go home and they don't want to take all this stuff with them. So they'll sell it to you for cheap. It also may be available cheaper at somebody else's table because they may sell the same thing.
And the most important thing that I want you guys to know, most of these dealers, at the end of the third day, or towards the third day, if they still have something that you want, they generally clearance a lot of their stuff. Unless it's the plushie maker, they don't do that.
Yeah, no, they have set prices.
But yeah, a lot of the vendors like Silver Slinger did it back at Everfree Northwest, and a lot of the stuff went really down. So if it's not like the keys or something that's going to sell out, like probably already sold out, then yeah, those are things, just wait and it'll go on clearance.
Oh, yeah. Survival stuff.
Money is important.
Yeah, if your hotel has a complimentary breakfast, find that out, because that means free, and get there early, because it'll be gone very quickly. Make sure you have the funds for anything before you actually buy it. Don't walk to the dealer's room and go, oh, this is the most awesome plush toy I've ever got. It's made from White Dove or whoever. This is great. I want to buy this thing, and you spend all of your food money on that. Don't do that. So again, that's more budget stuff. Use cash at restaurants if possible rather than credit card, because you don't want your credit card showing up stolen. And don't forget to tip. That goes for housekeeping as well as if you go out to eat, because you're, again, representing us. So we want the area to like us. If you need anything like shaving kit or shampoo, conditioner, all that kind of stuff, your hotel has them. If you go to the front desk, not just the stuff that they have in your room, the shampoo, conditioner, soap, that kind of stuff, they have a lot more of it at the front desk, but you have to ask for it. So toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash. Some have deodorant, just putting that out there. all for free. You can also sneak things like peanut butter and jelly things from if you go to that free breakfast thing. If you need a phone charger because your phone has died, go to your hotel front desk. Their Lost and Found usually has a lot of them. And they'll be like, sure, pick one. Make sure you don't forget anything when you leave on Sunday or Monday or whenever you folks are heading out. Make sure that the room is empty and that anything that you don't want to get charged for that came with the room, like if there's a nice bathrobe in there or a nice honor bar, and you don't want to get charged for this stuff, make sure it is still there when you leave. Other than that, I just had PCD. When the convention is over, they have a condition they refer to as post-con depression, which means, oh, the convention's over. Now I have to go back to my real life with my job and my family. Start planning the next convention. Make friends, meet up with friends. We've got plenty of social media stuff going on now with Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and whatever. Keep in contact. Depression is a serious issue. We want to make sure that you guys are all good and happy.
I was going to say, how many of you actually know your local meetup groups here?
That is a very small number.
Yeah, I was going to say, really important, where you live, there are other bronies like you. You can connect with them. I was in Anchorage, Alaska, okay? I have a whole story behind this. I flew up to Anchorage, Alaska, and I didn't think there was like anyone up there that was bronies. Is anyone here from Anchorage or Alaska in general? No. Okay, no. See, exactly, right? You wouldn't think of that. I went up there, and they have a meetup every Wednesday at the local college there. And so I ended up getting inducted via a lightsaber duel. We went to the local Freddie Meyer, and we had a huge lightsaber duel. It was really funny. And I ended up winning because I used fencing techniques while he was using katana techniques. Totally not going to win that. But no, it's your local areas, even in the boony nowhere, Kansas, there are people. I found this out. But no, get in contact with your meetup groups. There's a lot of fun. I live in Kansas City myself. I'm one of the higher-ups as like the Kansas City Bronies. I run Midwest Brony Fest, so shout out to Kansas City's convention. But no, any local area, they'll be on. There's always a group on Facebook for like a lot of cities locally. They may be even 30 minutes away. Like we know some of the Wichita guys and stuff. But like I said, it'll get you in contact with better people. You'll go see movies. You'll go have fun, and and also with post-con depression, I find booking your next con, always the best way to solve that.
Best thing to do when you leave this convention is start booking for next year, because then you can get the good hotel rooms and
BronyCon's only, I remember booking like a 2-week period because BronyCon is like specified already of when it's going to be next year, so, or to some extent.
Yeah.
So like there's like a 2-week window as far as I know for booking. So make sure you book your hotel because most of these hotels around here, I'm pretty sure you can book. And then just like it doesn't cost anything.
You can always cancel.
Exactly.
Later on, there is no cancellation fee on most of the hotels. Make sure you check first though, because you don't want to book a hotel room, cancel it, and find out that you're being charged for one night stay.
Yeah.
Because that's not cool.
It's here. They have a 5-year contract, but I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that or not. I have no idea. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not even staff, and I know that, so it should be okay.
Are there any questions now? I'm not sure where the ATMs are, because I've been driving around straight up since the point I got here yesterday.
Okay, ATMs, you can Google map that. If you just type in ATM, it'll tell you all the local ATMs, and if you have a bank and they're local, you can Google that too.
And that is an important thing to find, is any ATMs, find them like soon, because there'll be a big draw on them, and it's the weekend, they don't always necessarily fill them up, so
they'll be out of cash in an hour.
I had one convention I went to that they emptied the ATMs, like the 12 of them in the area, in like 4 hours. And they called, said, hey, we need these refilled because we can't get any money out of them. They said, okay, fine. They sent a guy. They refilled it. 4 hours later, empty again. So, yeah, make sure you get there early.
So hello, everyone else. Hi, guys coming in.
And more people coming in, and more people coming in. And I hope they're here for this panel, not the next one.
We do sincerely love you guys. You're awesome. This fan would be nothing without all of you, so you guys need to give a round to yourselves for that.
What's something that you say is like can't miss? For this
Voice actors panel.
voice acting?
It's going to be so crowded, though.
Yeah. It's,
Fair warning.
and pretty much if you look at anything that's listed as being in the main events, that's going to be the big important ones that you'll probably want to go to.
Okay, and just for quick map reference, you guys are all registered, so you don't need to know where that is. Vendor Hall is right next to registration. Hall of the Moon and Hall of the Sun, if you're looking for those, they're literally just walking distance down there. Past them, you're going to find the sign-out area where you can get, or not sign-out, sorry, the autograph area over there, and I think the charity auction is going to be over there, but I don't know what day that is. You'll have to look in your pamphlet for that. If you go this way, you'll find the main events hall. Go down, I want to say, and take a left over there. You'll find where the cards are being played, and the video game room, and all those smaller events are in several rooms right over it. Literally, just go down and take a left. But that's just the general area of this convention hall and where everything is. So.
Found the infirmary, it's in 333. Oh. Yeah, the main events is on the next level up. So. Any other questions?
I'm one of those that was like Did you say anything about vendors? Do they mostly take cards?
Some of them will. Some will have the little square thing that you have on your iPhone or whatever. Not all of them will. So as we mentioned before, you may want to find an ATM and draw some cash out first, because they'll all take cash.
I know about 2/3 of the vendors should. Because I know a lot of them, but I don't know. There's about 1/3 of the vendors here I don't know. So. You don't have to wear if there's no reason for you to wear it, you probably shouldn't wear it. It's just disrespectful to people who have autism. The vendor hall is the vendor hall, or yeah, My Little Pony swag. It's gonna be down. Did you guys register? Right, it's right next to registration in Hall C, downstairs. Okay, just go down this way, and then go down the escalators or down the stairs, and it'll be to your left. It'll be Hall C, downstairs. So. Yeah, but there's going to be a line. Just be aware of that. Go later in the day. There won't be some things will be missing. All the highlighted stuff that people were limited, it will be sold out. But if you just want to go, later in the afternoon, it'll clear out.
Any other questions? Autograph vouchers are actually going to be outside where the autograph room is. You'll see a table that says vouchers, and there should be a line for it at that point. And then you pay for they'll explain how to go through the line from that point.
Okay, after you pay for it, because I actually just discussed this, after you pay for it, they'll put you into the room, and there'll be separate individual lines. You don't have to go back outside. It's just if you paid for the vouchers, you'll just go into each individual line, and then when you're done getting assigned, you'll go to the back of the next line. I talked to Bash about that.
Oh, because we talked about it last night, and they said they're going to send them out of the room and back around through.
Oh,
So
that's what they told me this morning.
they'll explain it to you when you get there anyway.
That's going to be dependent, but I honestly have no idea. Probably. I would say get there early.
So for everyone who came in late, we're going to go over this real quick again. Just real quick. Biggest points are ask permission before you take pictures or go to hug anybody or anything. Ask permission and receive permission first. Don't glom people. That means don't tackle hug. Don't block hallways, don't block doorways. If you want to hang out with somebody, there's plenty of chairs that are set up outside. You can hang out there. Just don't block the hallways. Avoid Con Crud. Stay hydrated. We don't want you passing out there. Follow the 6-2-1 rule, which is 6 hours of sleep, 2 good meals each day, and 1 shower, again, each day. This isn't 1 shower like for the convention. This is like 1 per day. And use deodorant and use soap and be clean. Don't overdose on caffeine. If you don't know what the limit is, for a healthy adult, they say the limit on caffeine is between 300 and 400 milligrams. I had a demonstration thing to show you. Usually with things like Monster or Rockstar, it's 160 milligrams of caffeine in one of those 16-ounce drinks. So you're looking at 2 of those, and that's it for your day before you start getting jittery and issues.
The cell phone again?
Silent cell phones. At any panel or event, make sure your cell phones are at least on vibrate, if nothing else. Know where things are in the convention center. You got a nice map they made for you this year. Know where things are in the area, like ATMs and food. Tip your waitress, waiter, whoever. Avoid depression, and of course, just asking questions now. So, any more other questions?
Also, just a tip, on the back of your pamphlet, there is an actual list of all the restaurants locally. So you can use that. There are discounts with your badge. Just an FYI.
It depends from which restaurant. Some of them, it'll give you like a free something with it. Like, think of like McDonald's. You know, you go there and a free side of fries. It's that kind of a thing. There's some give you a percentage off, some give you a free
It says
item.
it on the pamphlet what it gives you. So just look in there.
And then the local map is in the back of your con book. It says where everything is. Any other questions? No? Is there anything we didn't cover yet?
Not that I'm aware of.
Again, this book that you got with your con registration has all that kind of stuff in it. It even tells you where the infirmary is. It's got the autism awareness stuff in it. It's all kinds of nice stuff. So you really should read this. I haven't had a chance yet, but I'm going to. So.
And for those of you still sitting here, have a really fun convention. There's a lot to see and do in Baltimore as well, so don't miss out. If there's nothing going on here, you can always go out. There's like the train museum just within walking distance of here. There's all sorts of stuff.
And there's the National Navy or whatever museum. It was the big wooden ship. Right.
Take care, guys.
Right. Have a good one.